Hey, it's Ethan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the RockyMounts MonoRail Hitch Bike Rack and how it fits on our 2018 Ford Escape. The MonoRail is a 2-bike platform style bike rack capable of supporting 2 bikes up to 60 pounds apiece. It's going to hold on to our bikes primarily with this wheel hook here and one additional strap down at the back. So if you want to mix and match, you definitely can with this rack. If you have an alternative frame style bike with a really aggressive frame, it'll work fine. If you have carbon frame bikes, those will work too because there's no frame contact. One of the nicer features about this rack that we'll show you right away is the tilt. Not only is the handle super easy to reach, even if you have both bikes loaded up, but it also tilts aggressively enough versus some of the other racks that we've tested to open up the hatch that goes down pretty low here on our Escape. So it comes a little bit close to that pedal there down at the bottom, but plenty of room from the handlebars there. And now if I wanted to, I have tons of room back here. I could sit, change my shoes before or after my ride if I wanted to, or get anything out of the back that I might need once I get there. So that aggressive tilt is really nice, and it also is super easy to do. And now we can get it back up. You'll hear it click into place, just like that. And now we can get the bike removed. Everything on these is color coordinated, so anything blue is going to be those touch points where you need to interact with. So first we'll get the strap out by pressing that blue release button. Hold on to the frame of our bike and press this big blue button here as well. Push that wheel hook up and out of the way, and we can get our bike off. Now there's no lock cores on the hooks themselves, but there is a cable lock that's included. So if you want to, you can secure your bike to the rack that way. With the bike out of the way, we'll get things closed up. We'll get this hook out of the way. Slide that down just a little bit to accommodate that cradle. You can see here with this front cradle, it does support a tire width of 5 inches right out of the gate. There's a couple different grooves for different tire sizes as well, and we can fold that down to save some space. This back cradle does have the ability to pivot to support a wheelbase of up to 48 inches. But from here, we can get a measurement and see how much space we've added on. So in our case, from the bumper to the furthest point back, it's going to come in at about 30.5 inches. So it sticks out a little bit, but for that tilt and the weight capacity, I'm okay with that. As far as ground clearance goes, we'll go from that handle down here in the bottom. That's still going to give us about 19 inches from the ground. It's got a pretty nice rise in the shank, and overall I'm not going to be super worried about bottoming out going up hills or over curbs. If I want to though, I could save some of that space by using that same handle we used to tilt it away. Pull that, and we can fold the rack up closer to our vehicle. Just like that. Again, it'll snap into place, and we'll get that new measurement. So now from here to the furthest point out, it's going to come in at about 11.5 inches, so we save a ton of space that way. It sits a little bit close. I'll get that measurement, and that's going to be about 2.25 inches, but RockyMounts is sturdy, and it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to be making contact with the back of our vehicle. It does sit low enough that we're able to see our license plate pretty much completely. Our backup camera is right here in the middle, so the bottom half of that you're definitely going to be able to see the rack, but it's not super in the way, and it doesn't come anywhere near our taillights or our rear window. Coming down to the shank now, we can see there, this is that post that your cable lock is going to attach to if you choose to use that, which I definitely would recommend. And the rack uses a 2-inch shank that fits into our 2-inch hitch receiver. It's held in place by an anti-rattle bolt with the lock on the end. It's going to be key-to-like to that cable lock that we just talked about. It's going to be really sturdy. Not going to be much movement in that rack at all. So honestly, as far as value options go to get your 2 bikes up to 60 pounds where you're needing to go, the RockyMounts MonoRail is one of my favorites. Just super easy to use. That tilt, the handle being super easy to access, and the fact that we can tilt it far enough away to get hatch clearance is something we haven't really seen out of racks that we've tested on this car. So overall, I think it's a really solid choice. This again was just a really quick look at that RockyMounts MonoRail and how it fits on our 2018 Ford Escape.